It's been established about 5 years ago, and the main goal of the association was always to connect cultures together. That's the reason why it's called Ukrainian Cultural Association. We wanted always to show Ukrainian culture, Ukrainian traditions, exchange of our cultures between Malaysia and Ukraine and other communities that are living in Malaysia as well. So that was the main purpose of opening cultural. So far, we did not send any supplies. We have been transferring the aid to our government, and then government will be dispatching the needs to different people. Like, for example, one of the needs that right now our Ukrainian families are requires is food, the daily basic food that has to be on the table. Like, we have a lot of families who lost their houses, so there are mothers and children to who we need to provide very basic food like milk, different type of wheat and porridge and so on. So all this will be packaged by government, and we are supporting this by funding it to supply to the families.
So you're giving in terms of money-wise?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because Malaysia is such a faraway country. The cost of shipment sometimes will not be justified. You see, because of the war, humanitarian crisis is huge. Basically, people right now need everything. They need medications, they need protective items such as helmets, they need food, they need clothes, they need homes that they lost. So saying or identifying one item usually very difficult, but we do stay in touch with doctors in Ukraine who are directly working with military, and we are getting from them feedback. And based on their feedback, that they are receiving a lot of medical aid from Europe, from Finland, from Italy, from Poland, from other countries. At this moment, we are not focusing on medications. But there is some items that we recently received requests from our doctors in Ukraine who are working directly with soldiers is tactical tourniquets. It's items that allows to stop blood during injuries, and that's something that right now is really limited and very difficult to buy. So we managed to find manufacturer. We managed to find good prices. For the past over 30 years that we got our independence, our freedom, we managed to build country to a huge progression. We managed to improve our infrastructure. We managed to bring tourism into our country. We managed to improve our healthcare systems. We managed to go to the next level of where Europe is ready to accept us into EU and so on. But the damage that right now happening takes us back with our infrastructures, with rebuilding the country. That doesn't mean that we are scared of it. We will rebuild. Once we will get our freedom, our victory, we will roll our sleeves and we will build it back. But that's an unfortunate case where we are not supposed to go through this. We are a free country with our own constitution, our own language, our own law, and all we want is just to be left alone.
Yes, I still have my family at Kyiv. My family, my mom, my father, and my brother with all of his two small kids, so they're still in Ukraine. I can cooperate with him right now. I can call like every day. I can communicate with them. But I feel so sad and so upset because I cannot even invite them here just to my safety place.
And how are they there? Like, is their place being attacked as of now, or are they more on the safer side of Ukraine?
But I already said that my mom is in Kyiv, and Kyiv was so Kyiv is the capital of Ukraine, and couple of times, not a couple of times, but I mean severe couple of times, it was bombed with missiles and rockets. So my mom keep all night she spent in a bomber shelter in Kyiv, but my brother with his family, they fled. They went to one part of Ukraine because he has like two small kids. One is 2 years old and second one is just 2 months old. And they said that it's very, very difficult just to lost everything in a couple of minutes. Actually, if we are talking about especially my family, so my father, he cannot be moved because he is after operation and he has to be remain flat.
Okay, so he has to be
So
bedridden.
yes, it's completely like impossible for them to escape right now. But compared to like a southern part of Ukraine now, Kyiv is a more safety place, I would say, compared to the southern and east part of Ukraine.